I am mourning my brother, the late Raila Odinga, with whom I grew up as twins. The difference between me and Raila in age was only 1 year and 2 months. That is your age mate. This lady we are burying here, I babysitted her. I carried her on my laps when she was born. She was a very buoyant baby, and I always used to know when she wants to cry. When she wants to cry, she just stretches her legs a little, and the legs do something like a noise, pop, and she starts crying. Oh, And she grew up. She grew up under little privilege. My sister here, Wenwa, with whom they grew as twins, they grew up together. They were very lucky to see the vice presidency of Jaramogi Odinga. Me and Raila, we never experienced it. We were out of the country. So that is why they grew up in that privilege, and they were treating themselves a little bit as royals. Us, we grew up when Jaramogi was a businessman, but was working very hard to bring the community of the Luo together. He started what was called Luo Union in 1952, and he also established a company in 1947 called Luo Thrift and Trading Corporation. He was teaching the Luos how to save and trade. You borrow, you save, you borrow, you trade, and you repay. That was Jaramogi's philosophy, that you had to grow by doing business. So Jaramogi was a businessman. Even though later he was crowned and given some other titles as communist, Jaramogi Odinga did not know anything about communism. He just went there and met some Chinese in Japan, and they went to China. And he found the communal way of the Chinese interesting, because it was looking like the African way of living. That is extended African relationships. That is why he liked the way they were doing their business there, but he was never a communist. Jaramogi liked business. And you don't trade if you are not capital, you don't have capital. So you have to have capital. And therefore you are called a capitalist. Now, I don't want to go into that. This, my sister here, was so kind, and you could see, if you saw the number of people who came here to sing the songs in that language of Zimbabwe, on the platform here, all those people were brought up by this lady you are seeing here. All those people were brought up by her. So she was a very, very great lady. She brought up so many members of our family, including my own son, Jaoko, who is not here today, was her baby. She took her from me when I was in Mombasa. She educated her up to Form 4. Then she took her to higher school, and then he came, and we sent him to Canada to study. So that was Beryl's child. And unfortunately, he could not be here with us today. I don't want to talk a lot of other things today. I'm so grateful that Kalonzo, Beryl's classmate, was able to make it with Eugene Wamalwa. Wamalwas, our great friends, where they were together teaching. The late Wamalwa was teaching with Raila at the university, and they became friends. And it is Raila who proposed him to be the vice chair of the party of Jaramogi, the Ford Kenya platform for politics. For us as the Odingas, we are deeply hurt. We are deeply hurt, and we really will miss our sister, Burl. I don't want to say a lot, because if I start talking about Burl, I can say a lot. I've told you that I'm the one who maybe said her name, her real names, some of you don't know. Her real names are Okumu. Okumu was a great friend of Jaramogi from Sakwahia, Wayende. He was called Okumuwon Wahanda. So Jaramogi used to call Achieng Handi, and that was in the name of one of Okumuwon Wahanda, and he used to call Okumu Handi. So Achieng was known as Handi. But then
Tononyisage nyaka ka Jaramogi obiro ambira o introduce kuom wuon gi Jaramogi Oginga Odinga maromo gi Jaramogi e Kisumu. To koro Burl aduoga ng'era go maber ka ni University of Nairobi. Wachnu kae ji parone norengo nobedo malit kudho mana nyocha. Ndalo cham na lit kudho. Ndalo cham na lich. Maka wacho gimoro to Nairobi comes to a standstill. To Burl, gimomiyo ananyalo loso kuome, nikech, like Alonzo said, I can confidently say that Burl was a quiet politician, but with very deep conviction. And I want to tell you that when I was forced to go to exile, and when I was in exile, I had many names. Kana di Uganda nilunga Nigenga, kana di Tanzania nilunga Mohammed Salim, kana di Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe niginying mo pogre, nilunga na Witness. So gimono tera Zimbabwe, madwa wacho mondo jowinj ma ler kae, gimono tera Zimbabwe, noyudo ka ochuka giri, omaki otwe Tanzania, to kot noseweyogi, to jo Tanzania nowacho no ok nyal wegi, gidwar kuonde ma ginyalo dakie pinje moko, to ok Tanzania. Koro Tanzania, man nan kara gi passport ma Mohammed Salim, awuogo kadhi Zimbabwe, nadhi od osiepna moro mane tiyo in the airline business. Koro atemo yudo yo mane golo go chuka giri Tanzania, mondo gidhi pinje moko mopogre. Tema romo gi Burl in Harare. Ai bange kara nyamami ne obiro ne Zimbabwe. Ma nyamami be nyalo wacho kaka ne wan Zimbabwe. So I want to say something about the Odinga family. And I can say it other than the members of the family. Ananyalo wache with the deepest conviction. Joka Jaramogi gi, they have continued to be an institution, to be a family that we look upon, because they had a vision of always fighting for the downtrodden, for the poor, for the oppressed. And that is the context in which I met Burl in Zimbabwe. that even in Zimbabwe, in another country, within the ZAPU-PF, that is the ruling party in Zimbabwe, she was aligned to the progressive wing of the party. The progressive wing of the party. And she introduced me to Edgar Tekere, who was Secretary General of the ZANU-PF. She introduced me to the Minister for Interior, somebody called Oshekunze, and to the Minister for Justice, called Bwana Zobo. And I was looking for status in Zimbabwe. Minister Oshekunze told me, I can give you status in Zimbabwe, but only if you do me a paper. And the title of that, the party called ODM. Anakwau, Jowadwa, Nikejigi wasenenoge. Waseneno kajo walal, ouko giri, agwingi giri, mboya giri. Waseneno sirikande mwase betie. Nyaka Jaramogi was a vice president. Mboya was the brightest minister in the first government formed in this nation. So we have been in government before. And if you want to be in government, it will not be the first time. So what I am pleading with everybody, let us stand for what is right. Let us stand for what is right. Inegagi manye tagwa nyoro is political indiscipline. Nikejka wapogre tije. Ndalo Kibaki Madwanga written agreement, the Grand Coalition government. Jomaneni civil service had their space. Tosani, Sani, Iraganga Ukani Kechkoro Tingo office moro en go malukucha. Todo anyora nyoreji pinka to yani nyora nyoreji. We have to say no. We have to say no. Ne yayada kataki ni gwogi ni moko, so they have no right of entry into my home. My anapuda amedo kwa luo and the party called ODM. I am pleading with you. I am pleading with you that one, let us not be ahead of the people. Let us walk with the people all the time. Let us listen to what the people are saying. Let us listen to them. And then we'll determine the direction where we are going. Tomogik. Jenzi munanoge. Karababu ino minano. Sejomokwana babu ino kama entie dia. Yeah. I want us also to listen to the young people in this country. They are the part of the future. Akwau. Ndanoganyo chawacho demonstration ti ya nyago. Nyoro ka gimoro wuok ngato dwaro gwindre nya wanyangaya to keto ji demonstrate. Ta an mini kwero demonstration orengo no luonge. Ano ka luonge. Tana wachoni pinma Kenya, so long as we are free and a democratic nation. If you play with my rights, I'll not take it on my knees. I'll respond accordingly, because that's the right of the Constitution that the Constitution gives us. Koro oganda maluo wauru luoro. Luoro moro donjo kuom wakae. Maonge tiende. Akwa wauru luoro. Kawa dwaro gimoro kata kwa loso gi sirikal. We talk as of right. Not nikech no gwelwa. Oko gwelwa. Kendo kwa dhi kanyo. we must have our own demands, clear, stated clearly. Mawinjore. An wawe kanyo, kawacha mang'eny mokalo kanyo, jivo lwaro kode radio no rengo. Pile ka pile no rengo. Ta no rengo mawacho ni, I was an advisor to Jaramogi, I was an advisor to Raila, and I've seen all these governments. So for ODM, let us listen to what Nyerere said. Tanzania inataka mabadiliko. Na kama Watanzania hawakubali, kama Watanzania hawezi kupata mabadiliko ndani ya CCM, wataipata nje ya CCM. So we must make ODM the party of the people, by the people, for the people. Awacho kutoka wacho. Joey. Nyako ni naja siasa moya gone Joey. Wagoye Joey keno motegno. Joey. Koro giluoro te akwa party leader marwa.